Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Gopikrishnan, and I'm a good friend of Ram Kumar. I haven't met the rest of the chief guests and panelists here. I will get to know them as we speak. I don't know how to define myself, what I do, and what I will be doing, because my life has taken a lot of turns, and I go with the flow generally. Today I thought I will speak about life lessons, which will probably be of some interest to you, although it may not be very well connected to the Think Digital that you are talking about. I come from an IT background. I spent about 18 years in the US and moved back to India in 2009 with a passion for the movie industry, media and movie industry. Today, I don't know if I can call myself an IT guy, but I pretend to be an IT guy because whatever I do has some IT flavor to it.
ஹலோ, சாரி டு இன்டரப்ட். ஏன்னா சாரை பற்றி இன்ட்ரடக்ஷன் சொல்லாமே அவரை பேச சொல்லிட்டோம். ஒரு ஷார்ட்டாக கொடுத்துட்றேன். இன்னைக்கு நம்ம தமிழில் இருக்கக்கூடிய லீடிங் ஸ்டார்ஸ்ன்னு சொன்னால் யாராவது 2 பேர் சொல்லுவோம்ல. யார் அந்த 2 பேர்? ஓவர் த ஃபோன் அவங்ககிட்ட ஒரு டிசிஷன் எடுக்கிறதுக்கு முன்னாடி, ப்ராஜெக்ட் எடுக்க முன்னாடி கேட்கக்கூடிய ஒரு ஆள் ஒருத்தர் இவர். அதே மாதிரி ஐடி அப்படின்ற ஒரு விஷயம் இங்கே இன்ட்ரடியூஸ் ஆகிறதுக்கு முன்னாடி யூஎஸில் ஒரு 20 இயர்ஸ் ஐடி ப்ரொஃபஷனில் இருந்து அங்கே நிறையா இப்போ நம்ம சோக்கால்டு சொல்லக்கூடிய ஸ்டார்ட் அப்ஸ்ன்னு சொல்லக்கூடிய ஸ்பேஸில் நிறைய கம்பெனிஸ்க்கு வெஞ்சர் பண்ணி, ஹெல்ப் பண்ணி, ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணி, க்ரோ பண்ணி அவங்கள இன்றைக்கி நம்ம சொல்லக்கூடாது. இன்றைக்கி நம்ம வந்து இங்கே லிஸ்டிங், அங்கே லிஸ்டிங் அந்த மாதிரி சொல்கிறோம், யூனிகார்ன்ஸ்னு சொல்கிறோம். அந்த மாதிரி நிறைய யூனிகார்ன்ஸை உருவாக்குனவர் 20 இயர்ஸாகவே அதை பண்ணியிருக்காரு. அதை தாண்டி ஓகே, இன்றைக்கி நம்ம ஆடிட்டிங் அப்படின்ற விஷயம் வந்து எல்லாருக்கும் தெரியும் இல்லையா? நம்ம வந்து கம்பெனி ரன் பண்ணுவோம், ஏதோ ஒரு ஆடிட்டிங் பண்ணுவோம். மூவியில் ஆடிட் பண்ண முடியுமா அப்படின்னு ஒரு விஷயத்தை இன்ட்ரடியூஸ் பண்ணி மூவியில் ஆடிட்டிங் பண்ணக்கூடிய இன்றைக்கும் இருக்கக்கூடிய ஒரே கம்பெனி இவங்களோட கம்பெனி ஃபின்கிரிட்னு சொல்லிட்டு ஒரு கம்பெனி ரன் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காங்க. அது லாஸ்ட் ஒரு 6 to 7 years இஸ் ஆல்சோ ஏ பார்ட் ஆஃப் இட். ஸோ இண்டஸ்ட்ரியில் சோக்கால் இருக்கக்கூடியவங்க எல்லாருமே ஒரு ப்ராஜெக்ட் வருது அப்படின்னா அந்த ப்ராஜெக்டை வந்து இவர்கிட்ட கேட்டு இவர் கையெழுத்து போட்டு ஓகே பண்ணலாமா அப்படின்னா பண்ணுவாங்க. அதில் எல்லாருக்கும் பரிச்சயமாக சொல்லணும் அப்படின்னா, இப்போ நம்ம எல்லாரும் செலிப்ரேட் பண்ண பொன்னியின் செல்வன் படத்தோட ப்ராஜெக்டை ஃபுல்லாக அசம்பிள் பண்ணது சார் தான். அதில் மட்டும்தான் அவரோட கிரெடிட்ஸ் வாங்கிட்டார். இது வரைக்கும் எந்த படத்தில் அவர் கிரெடிட்ஸ் வாங்கிக்கல, கேட்டு வாங்கிட்டார். ஸோ அண்ட் இந்த இடம் நமக்கு கிடைச்சதுக்கு ஒரு பெரிய இதாக இருந்தது சார் தான். இந்த இடம் யாரோடது அப்படின்னா NAAM Foundation அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு ஒரு இயக்கத்தோடது. NAAM Foundation யாருன்னா மணி சாரும் சுகாசினி மேடம் நடத்தக்கூடிய ஒரு ஃபவுண்டேஷன். ஸோ அவங்களோட ஸ்பேஸ் இது. ஸோ ரொம்ப சைலண்ட்டாக இந்த அன்சங் ஹீரோஸ்ன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க இல்லையா? அன்சங் ஹீரோஸாகவே ஒரு 30 வருஷம் ஒருத்தர் இருக்க முடியுமா அப்படின்னா அப்படிப்பட்ட ஒரு ஆள். ஐடியில், மீடியாவில், ஆடிட்டிங்கில் இது மாதிரி பல தரப்பட்ட ஸ்பேஸில் இருக்கார். ஸோ அவர் இன்னைக்கு நமக்கு பேச போகிறாரு, அவர் இன்ட்ராக்ட் பண்ணுறாருன்றது ஒரு பெரிய ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி. ஸோ அதை மேக் யூஸ் ஆஃப் இட். தேங்க்யூ.
நான் டென்ஷன் இல்லாமல் இருந்தேன், நீங்கள் என்ன டென்ஸ் ஆக்கி விட்டுறீங்க. அப்போ எனிவே, as I said, I'm going to be talking about life lessons. To start with, yeah, sure. I just have a small presentation that I thought I'll walk you through. Before that, if you have any questions, you can throw at me. Because whatever he said, I feel very embarrassed to acknowledge some of them. But yes, I am fairly well connected, and my strength has been my networking abilities and my HR skills. Although I've been an IT guy, most of my time was spent on HR and business development related activities for IT companies. That way, I don't know if I can call myself a technical guy, although I went to the US doing some Oracle programming. And I worked in antique programming languages like Fortran, COBOL, and some of the languages which you have not even heard. So that should pose the next question for you. What is my age? I am 58 years old, and I have close to 35 years of experience. Starting from 1985, I have been working. I started off with Ashok Leyland as a programmer, and then I joined Binny Textiles as a programmer in COBOL. It so happened that I was doing my part-time executive MBA in Madras School of Social Work at that time. So when the MD of Binny was looking for an executive assistant, he for some reason chose me because he felt that I had a management background and a IT background. And at the age of 22 or 23, I became an executive assistant to the MD of Binny, which in those days was very, very, what should I say, a matter of pride. I still remember the day when I was inducted as the executive assistant. They gave me a list of people whom I should be contacting, and the first name was Dr. M.G. Ramachandran. Because ODR had taken over Binny at that point in time, and he was close to MGR. And I was shivering for 10 minutes, not knowing how I'm going to handle all this. The next 2 years was the best period of my life. When I had exposure as an executive assistant to be flying with the MD every Tuesday and Thursday to Bangalore. And flights were so expensive those days. And everybody was, should I say, jealous about me? I don't know. They used to ask me, what do you do in Bangalore? You fly every Tuesday and Thursday. I said, I don't know. I travel with him and I learn a lot of things from the MD. As fate would have it, 2 years down the line, the MD decided to quit the company. And he called me and said, you have only one option, or rather two. Either come with me to Coimbatore because I'm going to take up a job there. You can come as an executive assistant to me in Coimbatore. Or you can find a job. You have 2 more months to go. From a 7,000 employee company, I jumped into a 7 employee company called SRA Systems, which was operating out of Kasturba Nagar, which I think is till date my best decision of life, because they were the one who identified my potential, and the H-1B visa was booming at that time, and a lot of people were traveling to the US. So I, as a marketing guy, was identifying those resources and trying to send them to the US. One day my MD called me and said, everybody is going to the US, why not you go? I said, I'm not interested. சும்மா போயிட்டு வாயேன் அப்படின்னாரு. சும்மா போயிட்டு வரதுக்கு என்ன சார், இது என்ன கல்யாணமா, இது எதை போனால் ஏதாவது பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னா. He said, set up our office in US. I said, I will do that. But I could not go there as a marketing guy because visa issues were very stringent. So I had to reverse my role as a technical guy again, learned some Oracle programming, and joined a company called Aegon Insurance in US, where I was consulting for about 6 months, and subsequently to Amdal Corporation. These were all big names in the US. I still don't know how I survived. I had 2 of my friends who used to sit next to me. I used to ask them, மச்சான் எப்படி அடிக்கிறது, என்னடா பண்ணணும் அப்படின்வேன். they will say, select star போடு அப்படின்வாங்க. Select star போடுவேன், அடிப்பேன். Next day I'll take a textbook and read something, and I will learn a few more words, come back and try my luck, it will work. That is how I learned. I am not saying this just to make you laugh, but every little thing I did in my life, I learned. I never hesitated to learn. As we progress, I will tell you a lot more anecdotes. If the laptop is ready, I can. Okay.
As the famous saying goes, believe in your dreams and never. The statement is N. Gopikrishnan. A man with an illustrious and adventurous career of 35 years has donned many hats such as an IT consultant, a project manager, a corporate communications specialist, a marketer, a salesperson, an event manager, and a producer. His journey from Vellore to Virginia is inspiring and incredible at the same time. After completing his education, he worked at Ashok Leyland and then moved to SRA Systems, which helped him migrate to the USA to join Transtech Inc., where he consulted for big brands like Amdal and Aegon Insurance and joined the Boston Group in 1994. A natural-born leader, he won the Best Employee of the Year award while working for the Boston Group as the Director of Consulting Services, contributing 56% of revenue for the company in a single year. He then started his own consulting firm called CyberCorp Inc., which touched a revenue of $1 million within the first 18 months of operation. Being in the USA for 18 years, Gopi met several professionals from the movie industry that fueled his passion further and pulled him into the world of cinema, and decided to move back to Chennai in 2009. He has since then been in close contact with the stalwarts of the Indian film fraternity. He became a strategic consultant and business advisor to Fingrid that provides a niche accounting and audit-based service for movies produced by the major production houses in Chennai. His philanthropic self has aided many trusts and NGOs, with special mention on NAAM Charitable Trust, started by Ms. Suhasini Maniratnam, that work towards empowering single women. Paradise Home, which is supporting mentally challenged children of all age groups, and Saga, which trains the public on emergency life-saving skills and promoting organ donation after one's death. His accomplishments revolve around the media, music, and dance industry, where he has played a vital role in organizing several events which include, but not limited to, Raja the One-Man Show with Maestro Ilayaraja in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, which witnessed a turnout of 15,000 audience. Gopi was also an integral part of Nachatra Kalaivra, a large event where over 350 celebrities attended the event in Kuala Lumpur that witnessed close to 50,000 audience spread over 2 days. Gopi worked as an executive producer in the movie Nibunan and subsequently line produced Vadam, a web series on behalf of Applause Entertainment Bombay. Vadam has been adjudged as the best regional content for 2 consecutive years in 2021 and 2022. Despite all the laurels he had in the media industry, his flagship project was to be part of the production support team on behalf of Kavidalaya in the famous Discovery show of Bear Grylls, Into the Wild, featuring our own superstar Rajinikanth. Apart from all that you heard and saw until now, he is also the CEO of Gumchak Private Limited, a visual content creation company. His network with producers, directors, actors, and musicians, DOPs, editors is a long, incredible, and unbelievable list. Gopi has also been playing an important role in the core committee of Chennai International Film Festival and is also an active member of Cinema Rendezvous, a popular movie club of Chennai. The success of all the major production houses has one common connection: N. Gopikrishnan, or as everyone else calls him, Gopi Sir.
So that should have given you some insight about my background and experience. Today I want to talk about dreaming big. That is very important in life. I dreamt of only 3 things in life. Want to take a photograph with Rajinikanth, SP Balasubramaniam and Ilayaraja. I was such a simpleton to only think on those lines when I was a kid. I was a die-hard fan of all 3 of them. And as luck would have it, and I was dreaming about how to reach out to them. And I was constantly thinking about it. When you dream, you just don't dream. You have to work towards your dream as well. So I was slowly trying to establish my contacts in the US, and I was trying to see how I can get to them. And it so happened that I had to host a SPB show in the US. And as late as 2019, a year before he died, we did a show in Kalaivana Arangam with SP Balasubramaniam, where he came and hugged me and said, "It's one of the finest shows I've done. Can we repeat it in Coimbatore next year as season 2? I said, "Definitely, sir." Unfortunately, he was gone. The next one was Mr. Rajinikanth. I spent 3 full years in his house soon after I moved from the US, which was in 2009. So in 2009, 10, 11, and 12, I was a consultant to Soundarya Rajinikanth and Lata Rajinikanth. And I also happened to meet Rajinikanth on a daily basis. So it was a dream come true for me. I couldn't believe myself. I had to pinch myself every day to realize what I was into. And he'll suddenly come and say, "Krishna, எப்படி இருக்கீங்க?" அப்படின்வார். ஒரு 15 minutes I'll freeze. The next one was Ilayaraja, of course. I spent about 1 week preparing him for the show. We had to do a promotion of the event and all that. So that is another story. And the latest is what we did for Discovery Channel, the Bear Grylls show where he takes the celebrities into the forest. I'm sure most of you would have seen that. It's called Into the Wild, and I, on behalf of Kavitalaya, was part of the production design team, and I had the privilege of working with him for almost 3 months, preparing him for the show. And we had only 1 day of shoot in Bandipur forest in Karnataka. Why I am saying all this is, you guys have to dream big. I see a lot of young faces here. Some of you might be students, some of you might be working, some of you would have just had a startup. I don't know the complete background of all of you, but I'm assuming that that is the mix of people that you have here right now. ஆட்டோமொபைலில் இந்த ஆர்பிஎம் பிரின்சிபல்னு ஒன்று இருக்குது தெரியும்ல, அதை வந்து லைஃப்க்கு நான் எக்ஸ்டெண்ட் பண்ணுவேன் எப்போவுமே. ஆர்பிஎம் வந்து இன் மை ஒப்பீனியன் ஸ்டாண்ட்ஸ் ஃபார் ரெஸ்பெக்ட், பவர் அண்ட் மணி. இஃப் யூ ஹாவ் 2 out of the 3, யூ வில் சஸ்டெயின் இன் எனி ஜாப். ஒன்று ரெஸ்பெக்ட் இருக்கணும், இல்லை பவர் இருக்கணும், இல்லை மணி நல்லா இருக்கணும். இந்த 3 இல்லைன்னா அந்த இடத்துல நீங்கள் இருக்கக்கூடாது. 3ல் 2ஆவது இருக்கணும் for you to sustain in an organization. This is what I call RPM principle. This you would have seen 21 brutal life lessons. I think I've gone through most of them. I will just read it out to you. Nobody cares about what you do. So you do what is right for you. Take time to know who you are. That's very important. The third one is something which I'm experiencing on a daily basis. The more I give, the more I get. There is no work that is beneath you. Start meditating. I never do this. I tried doing it, but I don't have the concentration to stay meditated for more than 4 minutes or 5 minutes. Don't be afraid of taking risks. As young entrepreneurs, I'm sure all of them would agree with me. Risk taking happens when you are in your mid-20s to mid-30s. I took a risk when I was 48. I changed my profession completely, and I took that risk. I have no regrets because it was my area of passion, and I think my productivity has gone fourfold after choosing the field of my choice. Don't make decisions when you are emotional. I'm sure all of you will agree with me. Luck works if hard work runs. Luck alone cannot favor you. It has to be combined with hard work. Be patient and persistent. Don't expect results the next day. You don't need to impress everyone. That's a key word. And it is also difficult to do that. Impressing everyone in this world is the Herculean task. Listen to learn. Don't take the easy road. Start reading books. I don't know how many of you have the habit of reading books. Especially in this digital world, we all tend to use Kindle and other digital media by which you read novels or anything related to your choice. But nothing like reading a printed book. Respect others as you would respect yourself. Narrow down your focus bit by bit. If you quit, you lose and you fall. Never quit. Unless and until it reaches a point where you think it's not going to take you anywhere. It's very easy to quit. இன்னைக்கு ஆரம்பிக்கலாம், நாளைக்கு ஒரு கம்பெனி மூடிடலாம். That's the easiest thing one can do. But you have to have a justification for that. Put your best foot forward. I don't have to tell you that. Don't bother what other people think. Learn something new every day. Don't make assumptions. And last but not the least, believe in yourself. Coming from a technical background, most of you think that if you're technically sound, you can be very successful. That is a myth. The harsh reality is that your technical expertise is only one of the many things that you need in life to succeed. Then what else do you need? Any guesses? Just good design and coding skills, good management skills, good academic scores, good testing skills. What are they? The needs, according to me, are the trend in any industry is changing rapidly. Everybody prefers to be in the hottest job market. You definitely need to have that spark within to be successful in this highly competitive industry. The more variable you meet, the better your chances are to become a successful entrepreneur. What I mean by this is, if you get into a vertical, you should know more about it. Let's say you get into the retail space or a manufacturing space. Try and do some courses online to know more about it. Just your academic skills alone will not suffice for that. You need to have additional certifications or knowledge that can support your growth factor in the industry that you want to survive in. Based on your profile, choose a focused technology area which will bring out the best in you. Do not confine your knowledge of a technology just to resolve your project complexity. What I mean by this is, a lot of people, when they do programming, they confine themselves to how to solve the problem. They don't go beyond it. They don't look at the macro level of things. They look at the micro level problems. Your educational background and your experience, and more importantly, appropriate certifications increase your chances of being successful. This is from my experience. So, the first one you need to do is get certifications to supplement your competence. I like the alphabet C a lot because there are so many adjectives that I can use using the alphabet C, and you will see them here very soon. The next one is communication. As a thumb rule, be polite and courteous in all your dealings, be it at the college level or at your workspace or when you deal with your client. Be courteous and polite. Effective communications begins with good listening. Interrupt a speaker only if it is absolutely needed. Always ask, never assume. When you assume, you know what happens. You make an ass of you and me. Communication in any form, verbal, non-verbal, oral, written, needs to be crisp and should convey the right message. And no is necessarily not a bad answer. If you have to say no to somebody, be firm and say a no. You can speak softly, but you should be heard loudly. I guess you get the message. Just because your voice is low, it doesn't mean that you cannot convey the message across to somebody. Your message has to be crystal clear so that they hear it right. In short, I'm going to use 2 more C's now. Communicate effectively with utmost clarity. I'm using communicate and clarity here because you never get a second chance to make the first impression. Next. The third one is confidence. Believe in yourself. Know your strengths and try to work on your weakness. Try being a consultant than being a programmer. Can any one of you define the difference between a programmer and a consultant? A programmer approaches a problem with just execution in mind, whereas a consultant looks at the broader scheme of things on what the impact would be if he does it in a certain way, or if he has other options. He has to give solutions to the problem. He doesn't look at a problem as a problem. In short, you need to have confidence with utmost conviction. Now, to summarize this all, you need confidence with utmost conviction. You need to communicate well with absolute clarity. You should add to your certifications to supplement your competence. If you have all of these, then you are ready to have 3 more C's, which is create, contribute, and conquer. You can conquer the world. Thanks. And I'm ready to take any questions if needed, or I can. Sure.
Actually, very inspiring. The whole decision application for what was that gut feeling moment that you have, that made you to take the decision? Because I'm 41 and I'm looking to change my industry and do something different, and it would be very helpful for someone like me.
The defining moment was there when I was 21. I had to postpone it for 27 years. The fire in me was there to enter the media when I was in college. But unfortunately, coming from a conventional background, there was no way by which I could enter the film industry because there was a taboo attached to it. But luckily, over the years, things started changing, and my wife was cooperative enough to say, go ahead and do whatever you like the most. That was the defining moment in my life. And at 48, I came into the media world. And if you see the kind of contacts I have established in the last 10 years, it is really overwhelming, and what should I say? I'm happy about my progress. Most importantly, I'm not taking pride of the 35 years of experience that I have. I'm going to tell you something now which will make you feel, I don't know if it will make you feel bad. Ram knows about it. I've been diagnosed with Parkinson's disease for the last 8 years. And these 8 years has been a lot more productive for me because I wanted to forget my illness, and I was taking more and more work, starting from carpentry to computer. Anything that comes my way, I will take it. I don't care about what the assignment is. And as late as last week, I've been inducted in the Committee of National Safety and Security Standards in Delhi as one of the committee members, and I'm being positioned as the regional director for corporate networks. That is the latest assignment I have taken.
That's fantastic, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for the opportunity, and I just want to talk about this place. This is NAAM Foundation, charitable trust run by Ms. Suhasini Maniratnam, and I'm one of the trustee members here. I sit in this office a couple of hours every day. We empower single women, and we support close to 360 single women here. Yesterday we had a meeting, and after 2 years, because of COVID, we couldn't conduct regular meetings. These are all things which give me happiness. I wanted to retire when I was 40, but that is when I had to start it all over again. My goal in life is to make more and more money so that I can give more to the society. Thank you very much.